Alright everyone, welcome to another Flatcap interview. We've been lucky enough, we're catching up with Cato from Cato Army. We're going to have a quick chat with her. She's just visiting Adelaide for a few days, so she's picked a very hot couple of days. But we're going to have a little chat, find out a bit about her, find out what's happening with the band and a few other little projects that she's involved with as well. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Darren.
You're welcome. We normally start these things off just by finding out really how the band came about, how it all started.
Yeah, well we started it was June 2017. I put the Cato Army together. Before that I had, as I was saying before, a band called Cato and the Collectibles, which split and became I Have a Goat, who are doing really well at the moment. Anyway, so the Cato Army basically was me and a friend on drums, sort of helping out, because I had a fair few gigs booked. And then she left, and then I had another drummer. So it was kind of like more of a solo project for probably, I don't know, a year or so. Yeah. And then I sort of just, I couldn't find band members, so I pretty much just played solo. And I think it was late this year, because it's still 2018
at the minute. Yeah, we've only got a few days to go.
Yeah,
but yeah,
exactly. Around I think September, I sort of found a bass player and a drummer at the same time, who knew each other, and the whole new lineup of this band came together really instantly, and we started playing in October and played heaps in November, and okay. Here we are.
So you've gone from sort of being solo to a three-piece, and that's cool. Yeah,
it's been great. It's Jess is the bass player. She's also from a band called Bronze, who are kind of prog rock type stuff. She's a singer, songwriter, guitarist in her own right. She's an amazing musician. So I have her playing bass for me and doing backing vocals and harmonies, which I haven't had for a long time. So I've got that whole kind of girl sort of harmony 60s type almost. And cool. Someone the other day said that it was almost like surf punk in a way. It's like, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, definitely.
An awesome young drummer called Sammy, who is friends with Jess and came along for the ride, so two for the price of one.
Yeah, that's good.
Really lucky.
Yeah.
We really gelled, and so I was pretty shocked that it came together so easily after it being so hard.
Yeah, okay, well that's good. So you had I presume you had quite a few songs written yourself before the other band members come on. Is it predominantly yourself writing the music, or because they can play as well, would they be involved, or is it mainly yourself doing the songwriting?
Probably with this band it's mainly me. I have like heaps of songs written, and I mean I have periods of not being able to write much, but I've got a wealth of material to choose from, and Jess has her own band where she writes, but it's very early in this whole thing, so they come up with a lot of ideas, so I'm not adverse to writing something with them in the future.
That's cool. So it sounds like a lot's happened in a short while. What is the stuff out there that people can see now, or is the band stuff, are we sort of waiting for that to come out, as in they can get downloads, or? Yeah,
well there's a recording that's on, you can find it on Spotify, and I think it's sold, there's an EP sold on CD Baby, I think through iTunes, which is an EP that was recorded last year or early this year, I don't remember. The years just fly. But that's out, and there was a single called I Don't Want to Fight. So there's a few things out there, but we're planning on recording early in 2019 with this new lineup. Recording a single and then an EP, and sort of got plans to do that now that we have sort of a solid band of people that get along and we work well together. So there is some stuff if you just search Spotify.
And but you got a Facebook page for the band and that, so you can probably find stuff on there.
Facebook and Instagram is the main thing. So it's just the Cato Army. You can find it really easily.
Okay, that's good. So What sort of time frame are you looking for single and EP? Are you going to be touring them about? I know you'll probably play Melbourne and that locally because that's where you're from, but are you likely to get out to some of the other cities and what have you? Or?
Yeah, well, I'd love to come back here because I had a great show here with my old band, and Adelaide really isn't that far from Melbourne, you know.
Yeah, it's drivable.
It is drivable, yeah. So I'd like to come back here for sure. And Jess, the bass player's never been to Adelaide.
Oh, okay.
She's originally from Queensland, actually.
Yeah.
So
okay.
she's a Queensland girl, but she's never been here. So that's a good enough reason to, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
it's worth a visit.
Yeah, I really love it here. It's like it just reminds me of just a smaller, more chilled out Melbourne.
Yeah.
And Melbourne's pretty chilled out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Adelaide. So yeah, hopefully if we can come back here, or especially to do some shows here and wherever we can, I suppose. But I think we just want to focus on getting some kind of recordings out with this new lineup because it really does sound great. So getting it actually
That's
on
cool.
a recording, Yeah,
okay. Well, I know Kat's got a guitar here, so we're gonna get an acoustic from her in a little while. But so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, cool.
Now I know you've also got another project that you're involved in with the Music Mamas. Is that a promoting sort of thing? What's the story with that?
Yeah, well, I've got because I've got a now 5-year-old daughter, Shay, and Music Mamas started in 2016. So really, it was just I just kind of wanted to play some gigs in front of her, like playing a lot of gigs at night, you know, sort of like over 18 gigs and stuff like that. I kind of wanted to just wanted to play gigs in front of her, and I sort of came together with some other female musicians I knew who were like young mums and stuff, and talking to venues who are family friendly, and venues in Melbourne, you know, being family friendly venues in the afternoon, basically just as long as they're serving meals, like kids can go to pubs, you know. So I've got like this great group of venues in Melbourne who have been putting on my events. And it's kind of just grown, like it was 2 years old, I think, in September this year. So it's kind of like, getting really great venues, bigger crowds. We're getting a bit of a following. So originally it was like just mums, but now it's kind of like, you know, you don't necessarily have to be like a biological mother to play. You can have nieces, nephews, you can just have a love of kids. And I've had music papas as well, you know, giving the dads a go. So it's something I want to turn into a business. I want to do songwriting for kids classes and kind of make it my sort of thing because I love working with kids. And
that's brilliant.
It's a lot of fun.
There's obviously a need for it and an outlet for it as well. Then if the venues are sort of the places are backing you a little bit, and that's good. They can see the benefit of it as well. So
and a lot of people say to me they think it's a great idea because the other thing is it's kind of not. Like the Wiggles, it's not sort of like, you know, parents having to take their kids to this like kids music, which can get a bit, you know, annoying. Nothing wrong with the Wiggles, but you know what I mean. But this is like mainly like original singer-songwriters. The thing is no swearing. I've got to make sure there's no swearing, and it can't be really loud for kids' ears. And that's it. And then I got this amazing group of performers, this great pool of performers I've got now to choose from who love playing, and they get to play in front of a good crowd, and the kids get to experience, like, you know, people up there singing, playing their own music. A little girl got up on stage at one of the previous ones and just stood next to one of the performers. She was a friend of hers and just was strumming a ukulele. We've got video footage of it, and went home and told her mum she wanted to be a rock star.
That's great.
It's like she was like 4 or something. It's like changed her life, and it's kind of like makes you go, wow, I'm kind of doing something special.
No, that's good. It is. Yeah. It's really good. Get kids involved in it early as well. I mean, not just with the little toddlers. I think it's a bit of an issue for like young kids that are in bands at school to get gigs and that. A lot of places don't. You know, they don't want underage and stuff like that. There was a guy here, he's not done it for a while, called Jonah Sheeple, that was doing what he called homegrown.
Right.
And he had a lot of bands on for that. They were basically Adelaide bands. Some were experienced bands, been around for a while, but some were young kids, you know, looking to get the first sort of go on a stage and stuff like that. And we've had some great bands, but a lot of the venues are, don't always want to do the all ages stuff and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and it's kind of tricky because all ages gigs in Melbourne, there's hardly any. There used to be a really big scene, I think in the 90s or so. But all age gigs, as in like, okay, no alcohol, you know, bar locked, all ages gigs, it's kind of like this is a version of it, but it's kind of, there is alcohol there. Like it's not locked away, but it's like the kids can be there, like, because there's food, but then there's a certain time in a lot of these pubs that we have them in where it's like after a certain time, okay, bye kids, you know.
Yeah.
So the perfect time is like say between 2 and 6, 3 and 7, and then they all just go home because they have to go to bed anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think some of the venues, it's just too hard for them to try and police. They don't want to police it because it means they're responsible, and I don't think they want that response. I mean, they can put wristbands on. They can, you know, you get your ID when you go in. You put the wristband on, and you know, so what if they're asking you for your ID all night just to make sure these? I mean, some of us obviously don't need to be asked all night, but if there's any doubt, then they should be asking. But I think there's a big opportunity there for people, or somebody, if they wanted to take it on, or at least do something once a month, an all ages night where the young kids can go and show us what we've got, because there's some great bands out there. I know in Adelaide there's a lot of good young bands and that, and they just want to get up there and play. I mean, they're probably not even that interested in alcohol. They just want to play in front of people, you know. But I think that's a great thing that you're doing, And
it's great, it's rewarding, and just want to keep trying to build it up. I mean, with anything, it usually takes, you know, say 3 years or so. So we just like had 2-year anniversary, and people have said that if they feel like it's been going for longer. Yeah. So
how often do you put the shows on? Is it a monthly thing, or?
Well, the first year we had, I think maybe from memory, I don't know, there was maybe 3 or 4. The second year, a few more. Maybe 4 actually. It's going 2 years. So maybe 4 the first year. Second year we had like 8. We also had a residency at the Reverence Hotel, which is unfortunately closing down in Melbourne, which is really sad. It's a fantastic venue in Footscray. But they gave us a residency in October. So for every Sunday in October, this October that just passed, we were there every Sunday. So it's sort of shot up to like 8 events in this year, so it was kind of like double the amount. And we've got the retreat that we're kind of, I say we, it's me, but you know, when you say we, it makes it sound like you've got people working for you. The retreat, which is an awesome venue, also a family-friendly venue with great food, because the good thing, if the pubs have great food, like the pubs are winning, like they're getting families, they're eating, they're listening to music. So we're getting, hopefully getting 3, a summer, winter, and end of year gig for next year. I'm talking to them, and in between some others. So sort of hoping to build it up. But and like I said, we have a little following now. So it's sort of hard to tell, because like people interact with you on social media, but they don't really interact as much as you think that they do. And then people just turn up, and it shocks me. I'm like, wow, you must know about it, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're doing something good and even people walk through the door and they enjoy it, then they're going to ask the question, aren't they? You know, it's been good, enjoyed it. You know, when you're doing it again, or so word of mouth does still work, I think, today as well. You know?
I think so, because everything's social media focused, but definitely word of mouth. And we got a banner made, which I think really helped, because I realised we had a gig where, like, these kids walked in and they didn't know what was going on. The parents didn't know what's going on. It's like, got a banner made, so the banner's always at the back. So people walk in, they're like, oh, what's this? It's not just a gig. It's
it's something, isn't it? Yeah.
And of course, you make my stickers.
Which
I'm getting more of today. Stickers.
You've got loads today. You've got a lot more than you were going to get.
Yeah. Oh, really? Awesome. Cool. I'm getting them out there, and the stickers have the Facebook page. Probably should have Instagram on it too, but anyway.
Well,
you know, they can all find each other. But stickers. Excellent. And we're sort of thinking about other sort of merch as well. The only thing is, I mean, obviously it's a DIY grassroots event with no money, so then it's kind of like, it's not like there's this huge budget to make stuff. So, but you know, bit by bit.
It's how we start. That's all we've done here. Bit by bit. Start with one, gradually move on, and you know, if you've got people that are enjoying it and they're sharing it with you, and you're doing something good, so it will go forward, you know. That's the thing. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I find, you know.
Yeah.
People come back. I
Yeah.
try and do the right thing by them, and I think they appreciate it and that. And obviously, if they like it, then they're going to come back again. So
Yeah.
you must be doing a good job.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
good. It's very good.
thanks.
All right, it's a bit warm in here. We've got a fly flying around annoying the life out of the pair of us. So maybe we'll get you set up and you can do a little acoustic for us. So
Yeah, that'd be great.
is this like a little Flatcap exclusive, or is it one that's been recorded before?
No, it hasn't. It's actually going to be the new single for the band.
Oh, awesome.
So it's like it hasn't been recorded ever. It was only written a few months ago. So.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
All right. Thanks for coming on. It's been
Thank
nice
you.
talking to you.
Thank you.
Wish you all the success with Music Mamas,
Thanks.
and hopefully we'll get to see you back here
Yeah.
sometime next year
Yeah, I'd say
with
so.
Cato Army
Yep.
and the full band. That would be
Yeah,
good.
that would be
as well.
great. Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Darren. No worries.
Cheers, everyone. Catch you next time.
Cheers. Hey, I'm Cat O, and my band, the Cat O Army, is releasing a new single early in 2019. It's called I'll Meet You at the Milk Bar. We love our Aussie milk bars, and this is a little ode to the milk bars out there. So sneak peek, here we go. Need some realigning, take you somewhere, get you smiling. Guess where we will go? I'll meet you at the milk bar. I'll meet you at the milk bar. You know that it's not far. No, we don't need to maybe chips or maybe lollies. After that, we'll say we're sorry. We'll get through the week without worry. We really need to go. I'll meet you at the milk bar. I'll meet you at the milk bar. You know that it's not far. No, we don't need to go. But we won't buy the shapes, 'cause they're out of date. Nearly a year now. It's a true story. No, we won't buy the shapes, 'cause they're out of date. Nearly a year now. No, we won't buy the shapes, 'cause they're out of date. Nearly a year now. No, we won't buy the shapes, 'cause they're out of date. Nearly a year now. I'll meet you at the milk bar. I'll meet you at the milk bar. You know that it's not far. Then we'll go to the bar. Thank you.